Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jasmine's Cozy Nook. Today, we will be completing Sally's next quest. This is a friendship level 4 quest. So, to get started, let's go over and talk to her. So, this one is called Decay to Grow. Hey, Sally, what's going on? Jazzy, I was wondering, would you consider yourself an experimental gardener? Absolutely. What kind of experimental gardening have you been thinking about? Well, I've seen the lovely gardening projects the other villagers have, and I thought it would be nice to cultivate some more herbs from Halloween Town. Cool, what kind of herbs? Oh, maybe some henbane, witch hazel, and a little wormswort. I tried growing the herbs myself, but they don't seem to want to grow the way they would back home. Oh no, do they need some kind of special treatment to grow properly? Perhaps. I do know that the soil in Halloween Town is naturally much more rich than the soil here. After all, there are always dried leaves and things rotting in it, so I thought maybe we could make our own compost bin to try to mimic that. That sounds like a great idea, Sally. Let's see, we'll need to craft a bin, and maybe Remy could give us some fresh trimmings from his restaurant. I'll start gathering the materials and talk to Remy. Once it's ready, please meet me in the Vitali's mines. The darkness and humidity levels there should be very good for a compost bin. Okay, so we need 15 bricks, 10 pieces of soil, 10 pieces of dark wood, and then the vegetable trimmings from Remy. So I see there are some bricks over here, so let's go ahead and purchase them from Kristoff. We will still need 5 more, so I'm just going to run down to my crafting bench and make them out of clay. So we need bricks. Oops, sorry, I was having an issue with my controller. I actually needed 5. Okay, so now the only thing that we need is the trimmings from Remy. So let's find out where he is. Oh, okay, there he is. He's up by the well in the plaza. So let's head up there. Hopefully he doesn't move and we can see him. Oh, he, I think, just ran into a squirrel.
Hello.
There we go. Bonjour. And Decay to grow. Hey, Remy, got a bit of an unusual question for you. Sure, Jazzy, what's up? I'm helping Sally build a compost bin, and we need some vegetable trimmings to get things going. Do you have any that we could take off your hands? Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Don't get me wrong, Jazzy. I do my best to reduce food waste here. But even at my most efficient, I still end up with piles of rinds, skins, and produce trimmings. I've never been so excited to buy potato peels. There are actually a lot of things you can do with potato peels in the kitchen, but these carrot skins and other stuff are all yours. Here you go, vegetable trimmings for you and Sally. Awesome, thanks, Remy. Okay, so now we need to go craft a compost bin, and because I have one right next to the Vitali's mines, we're just going to run to that one. It'll be so much more convenient. And so it is under functional items. Once again, here are all of the things that you need in order to build it. All right, so now we need to bring the compost bin to Sally in the Vitali's mines. I just got a little bit turned around about where I actually am in the Sunlit Plateau. So now that we are here, we can go talk to Sally and give it to her. Jazzy, this bin looks like it will work perfectly. Jack has been showing me the mines, and I think we found a very good spot for it. It has the right ambient temperature and humidity. Awesome, lead the way. Okay, so now we need to follow Sally through the Vitali's mines. Now we need to talk to her again. This spot should work. There we go. What if it gets stinky with all that rotting material? Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to place the bin far away from anyone's house. But if we do it correctly, the compost should just smell nice and earthy. We have a lot of room left in the bin. Why don't we add some brown compost to the batch? Things like dried plants and wood chips will help keep the compost balanced and healthy. Sure, I'll get on that now. All right, so we need 6 dry woods and 8 dried plants. So I'm just going to head out to the Sun Plateau and gather those items, and then I will meet you back. So I just want to mention that the dried plants, I found all of mine here in the Sunlit Plateau. They will have the little sparkles like they normally do for quests. I do not know if you can only find them here, but for sure that is where I found all of mine. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. So here we are back into the Vitalis mines. I just also wanted to mention that you have to have all of the items in your inventory. It had marked both of them off. However, I didn't have them all, and so therefore I had to go back and get some more materials. So we need to bring them to Sally. So that's 6 dry wood and 8 dried plants. Oh dear, Jazzy, look! It's knocked over and all the compost is gone. After all our hard work, who could have done this? I have no idea. What do you think happened? I wonder if one of the critters got into it. So what's our next step then? We need to do something to rescue or to secure the compost bin. Well, if it is a critter, maybe we could try to trap it so it could be relocated to a part of the valley where it won't disturb the compost. Good idea. I can look into crafting a humane trap for our mystery critter. I should probably include some dream shards. A little magic should help the trap resize itself for whatever stumbles into it. Good luck, Jazzy. Okay, so now we need to gather materials to make the critter trap. So we need 10 hardwoods, 5 blueberries, 2 iron ingots, and 5 dream shards. So I'm going to collect these items and then I will see you at the crafting table. Here we are at the crafting table. It is under functional items, the critter trap. Once again, these are all of the items that you need. And so now we're going to go ahead and make it. And so now we need to head back to the Vitalis mines to place a trap. Okay, here we are. Bring the critter trap to Sally. There she is. There you go, Sally. 1 prime critter trap. Thank you. Now we just have to place it. There. That should help us find our troublesome visitor. Do you have any ideas which kind of animal is after the compost? Gotta be a raccoon. That makes sense. I have heard that they like to dig in trash and rubbish. Well, we won't catch anything by staying here. I'm going to work on refilling the bin. Could you help me fetch some worms? Sure, but why? Oh, worms love compost. They eat it and that helps make quicker. I'm sure you'll find some if you dig in the glade of trust. Cool, I'll start looking. Okay, so now we're going to head to the glade of trust. We need a total of 3 worms, so let's head that direction. So here we are in the glade of trust. Initially, I was digging up random spots, but then I realized that the designated dig spots with the sparkles will give you worms depending on what they are. There's several of them throughout the glade, and so you should be able to find these worms pretty quickly. But you should also be able to see the worms partially coming out of the dig spot like you can with most of the quests here. So now we need to find just one more so that way we can head back. Let's see. Oh, there's one, it looks like. Excellent. So let's bring the worms to Sally. So at first I couldn't find Sally, but then I discovered that she was also actually in the Glade of Trust. So that's just where she was for me. So now I got to give her the 3 worms. Oh, Jazzy. Is it okay? Did I bring you the right worms? Yes, these will do nicely. I think they'll like their new home. It's filled with worm food. Well, I'm happy for the worms. Just wait. After a night in the compost, they'll be the happiest and healthiest worms you've ever seen. Why don't you meet me in the Vitali's mines? We can introduce the worms to their new home and see if our trap caught anything. Sure. All right, so let's head back to the Vitali's mines and see what kind of creature that we caught. Also, please be sure to let me know in the comments if you are enjoying this new update. Is there anything from the new star path that you are especially excited to get? And just what your overall feelings are for this update. I would love to know. So here we are back in the mines. So let's go check on the compost bin. And is that Mike? Oh my goodness, we caught Mike Wazowski, everyone. We should have known better. Mike is caught in the critter trap. Talk to him. Mike? You're not a raccoon? No kidding. But more importantly, your automat's broken. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Automat? Yeah. An automated food delivery machine? What do you call it? That's not what this is. Hold on a sec. Let me get you out of here. Ah, much better. Thanks, Jazzy. So, can you explain why you were nabbed trying to get into Sally's compost bin? Who said anything about compost? I'm here for the food. I was minding my own business when I picked up the delectable scent of some 5-star seasoning. You're eating the compost? You mean the seasoning, and yeah, why wouldn't I? It's clearly the best flavoring available in the valley, though I have no idea why it was completely unattended. It was just sitting there, so I thought I'd help myself, but then, well, I was trapped. Okay, I think I see the problem here. This is not a dispenser for seasoning. You feeling all right, Jazzy? There is completely fabulous seasoning inside that container, and I'm not supposed to eat it? Ooh, okay, maybe Sally should explain this to you. Mike, you were eating the compost? Yeah, it's great on sushi, burgers, salads, you name it. My compliments to the chef. But Mike, I need that compost for my garden. My plants won't grow without it. Wait, you're telling me you're not eating this? No. It's fine if you want a bit of it, but please leave some for the garden too. Okay, you're lost, but sure, I can share.
There's something we have to talk about.
Ooh.
There's a couple of browns around
So
here
now we
I'd like
need
to
to
point
talk
out
to
to you
Sally.
now.
So, how do you feel about the compost project? I'm very pleased. Now we've solved the question of who was eating it, of course. Still seems so gross, but I should have known Mike was behind it. I suppose he does have peculiar taste, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jazzy. I'm not sure I would have been able to get the bin going so quickly without your help or figured out who was eating it. And now I can finally start growing my Halloween garden.
Lovely.
Soon I'll have as much henbone, witch hazel, and wormswort as I need. Aw, well, that's what I'm here for. Happy to help.
Oh,
I'm so grateful. And here, now that I have the soil for my plants to grow, you should have the compost bin. That's very nice of you. Thanks, Sally. Now, I'll just grab the seeds I brought from Halloween Town and plan out my garden. So that is the end of Decay to Grow. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.